living down south. I.W.C campus. Love.
This is your girl Alina, you don't know it's all about I.W.C campus.
I.W.C. Rastafari there. Jack your sister.
Watch campus, this is your girl bad girl Cecile, I'm rolling.
I watch campus. It's your girl Nikisha Bond. Better make sure you're I watch.
Right now, I'm here in Dawson, firing line and elections. Please stay tuned to I.W.C campus. They watch all the campuses.
Our next guest here on I.W.C campus is Chevan Casells. He is the Director of Elections for the UTech Students Union Council. Casells, welcome to I.W.C campus.
Thanks for having me as always.
All
I
right.
extend my
Casells.
to the students.
All right, Casells, tell me. Election coming up, right?
Well, it's a season for election, but I must know that I'm disappointed that most persons over the 2.7 initially did not apply, and afterwards they did not apply again. So we have a situation where we have a lot of posts having only one qualified member, which affects, to me, affects the students' union because leaders are hiding, and we have a case where we are short on leaders. And if you note from this existing council is one of the best councils over the years, but majority is leaving, or are leaving, I should say. So we're in a situation we want persons to step up, be sensitized with the union, and move forward. We're not going off perception, but we need to move forward as a body of 12,000 plus students and get a better result from the university itself.
So don't you think, Casells, that one of the reasons why students are not coming to be a part of this union is because of the cast that has been going on?
We have cast from inside and outside, I must note. We have blogs going around. I must note that my name probably is mentioned and as well position, but I have no involvement in that. I will not vote on that day. So you can look for a purple. If you're looking for a purple ink on my finger, you will not see it, in all fairness. But from what I am seeing, most of this is caused just for power. And as Mr. Finzi Smith said, what the persons are going to do with their power, and it can be used rightfully or wrongly in this case. So I'm waiting to see as well, as I'll be through the gates.
All right, Director of Elections, you're saying you're not going to vote. What message are you sending to the students?
I am not voting based on my position. I encourage every registered UTech student to vote, and I'm encouraging all unregistered students to get registered by tomorrow. So you can be on the voters list and express your rights to vote. Voting is not mere just putting persons on council, but holding them accountable for their action on council for the whole duration of the year.
All right, Casells, tell us how much work you had to put into, organizing everything up to this point.
Well, that again is a disappointment because initially you may know as a past council member some discretion could be used. Not everything has to be in writing, but you have legitimate expectations. As example, the British Constitution has never been written. We have other cases where we have moral, as you said, we have moral issues overall, and we can't use a constitution, a code of conduct, or anything to justify our actions. What happened initially, we had a situation where we prevented any legal case where one could not be under the requirement and run against a person over the requirement. And in a case where both persons apply would have been under the requirements, based on when they apply an extension granted, they would be allowed to run. Some of these persons are persons who have served on council over the years. Some are persons who have genuine interest in the council. In that instance, you can see clearly that majority of the persons over 2.7, we can assume that they don't want to be a part of the council, or they have other priorities which limit their time available to be on the council. But a common situation is that if you're on council, your GPA will go down based on workload, timeliness of assignments, everything. It affects us, but we are here as a student council to address issues that are plaguing the students' union, which is the registered students of the university.
Casells, tell us, what are you looking coming election for? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a high voter turnout. I don't know how we'll achieve that, but we're looking for a high voter turnout. I don't want to see persons just voting for mere friends, but what the persons have to offer or what do you think they have to offer. The thing is, I want persons to hold persons accountable for their vote and their trust, which have been misled in a lot of cases. I'm imploring all the students to vote, as we said. All unregistered, try to get registered. We'll have 5 set-up sites, so we are encouraging voting. We don't want all that money to go to waste. We are trying to avoid any by-elections. Anything like that, persons express your right. These students will be the council and they will represent you in any case, whether you vote or not. But leaders don't have to be born as is, but they can be molded. So you might not see a person, but give a person a chance. But you don't have to do it on a friend basis. Do it on a confidence level and what they have presented to you.
Chevan, Casells getting deep here on I.W.C campus. Casells, one last thing, the most important thing you want to tell the students.
As I said, and this is the third time I'm saying this, hold your union members accountable throughout the year. I think we need to implore our PR to do much better. In any case, we're not saying it's definitely down, but a PR machine we can always do with improvement because we need to get the message out. As many would say, we try many means to get them out, but we have to continue. It's not a halfway, it's a full way. We have to extend fully even if it's not reaping benefit. Many businesses don't reap benefit on the first try, but try again and you will have a market. So we're imploring persons to vote and, as I said, hold members accountable. March 27, vote for your new council, which I will not be a part of in any case, only for advice if needed. It will be located near the FMD, in front of FMD, that parking lot. Come out and vote. Do not encourage any wrong on the day. Students can be suspended and other sanctions can apply. Please report any incidents that you see happening now and they will be dealt with. Don't think that you're going to report it to the union and nothing is done. My email address is elections@utechstudentsunion.com. Elections@utechstudentsunion.com. If you need to see me, you can ask at the top office for them to give me a phone call and I will be available.
All right, there you have it. Chevan Casells, he is the director of not public relations. He is the director of elections right here on I.W.C campus. He said that he's not going to vote, but make sure you vote. I am going to hold Casells accountable if election didn't run properly. You're watching I.W.C campus, where your camp is our campus. I'm Darren Smith. Welcome to I.W.C campus TV, where your camp is our campus. The second edition of the firing line has culminated here today at the barn. The executive candidates presented, and I'm here with one of the most coveted posts, president of the UTech Students Union. I'm here with one of the candidates, Cory Phidd. Welcome to I.W.C campus.
Thanks for having me.
All right, how did you feel on your presentation today?
I think the presentation went very well. I enjoyed the responses from the audience. I think it was well received.
Are you ready for this post that you're vying for?
Well, I think I am ready. And as I said in my presentation, I will not stand here and act as if I know everything about this particular position, but I am open to mentorship. I am willing to learn.
If elected as president, what is the first thing that you're going to do?
Well, the first thing that we're going to do when elected as president is to hold a meeting with the new team. Because first of all, you need to know who you're working with. You need to motivate the persons that you're working with, and you need to show them the vision. So that's the first thing. If we don't set the foundation, the house cannot be built.
All right, sounds good. What if you lose? What happened then?
Well, if I lose such a position, I will still serve the people of the university. As I said, I've been serving particularly the School of Business for quite some time without an elected position. So I will not stop serving the students of the university just because I didn't win a particular seat.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cory Phidd. Take care.
Thanks for having me again.
All right, there you have it from Mr. Cory Phidd, candidate vying for the post president of UTech Students Union. I am here with Delta Wright. She is the second candidate vying for the post president of the UTech Students Union. Delta, welcome to I.W.C campus again.
Thank you, Darren. I'm happy to be here.
All right, before we get into the meat of the matter, you were traveling representing UTech. Tell me about that.
That was awesome. As a matter of fact, I wasn't only representing UTEP, but I was representing Jamaica at a
Wow.
national conference where over 68 countries were represented, over 278 international people. So I met persons from South Africa, Ghana, Berlin, Germany, everywhere. I mean, you name the country, they were there.
Sounds good.
It was fun.
Tell us, what did you garner from that meeting?
Actually, it was a 5-day conference that was themed about educating leaders on ethics, social media, different platforms that they can use to ensure that they get information out there to people and to ensure that integrity and transparency is held within their organization.
But it seemed like you get an unfair advantage. They were prepping
No,
you for
man.
this position.
No, man. I already had the ethics part of it. I already had the social media part of it through PR, and everything else just came together because they also spoke about gender equality, and how it affects areas such as sports and whatever. I can go on and on about this, but we'll talk about that afterwards.
All right, get into the meat of the matter now. Later.
Yes.
How did you feel on your presentation this evening?
Well, I felt my presentation was great. I felt that I got through to the populace. I mean, what I asked them for is to look at both sides of the coin, as it said in my speech, because you don't want to be totally biased to one person, not knowing what the other person is coming to the table. And we're intellectual people. We are the creme de la creme, the minority in our society right now. And we can't just look at one side of the coin. We have to compare and rule off things that we're looking for as students in persons' manifestos. Will this benefit me as a student? As PR, I realize that persons' tuition coming to school is an issue. Finding jobs is an issue. So I want to focus on getting students their foot in the door. University is that bridge to the workplace. Right? Agreed. So it is important for us as students to know how to dress, to know how to speak to people, to know how to make presentations. So I want to bring corporate Jamaica in and to form a program with them to say, hey, let us train our people in this way so that when we go to a job interview, we already blow the interviewer's mind. Also, we get persons from corporate Jamaicas to provide scholarship and bursaries through the Students' Union and not through the university, so that the process can be faster. I've sat in scholarship interviews at the financial aid office. I know what the students really need. They need tuition. They need money to pay them school fee. And getting corporate Jamaica involved is putting their foot in the door because they can offer them internship as well. Right? I've spoken to various companies, Blue Mantis Business Consultants, that's a business organization, and they're happy. They actually want to come in on the program because they're saying fresh university students with a bright mind, things that they can bring new to their company, that's what they're looking for. But at the end of the day, when you see postings, right, for a job, you always see 3-year experience. If a first-year student starts internship and gets a scholarship from a company, right, from their first year, and internships with them throughout, they already have the experience when they leave UTEC. That is almost 3 years, right? So that is what we're looking at. We're looking at sustainable development of student welfare.
It sounds good. Tell us, do you think that you are at a disadvantage seeing that you were away for so many days?
Yes, I'm placed at a disadvantage because I can't get to campaign as the way I wanted to. But I'm trusting that from this forum, the UTEC students will make the right choice and make their decision in who they think should lead this prestigious organization that we call the UTEC Students Union.
Delta Wright, before you go, any last word?
Yes, UTEC students, make the right choice. Vote Delta Wright on March 27th. Vote for the right person.
All right, there you have it on I.W.C campus. I'm Darren Smith. I didn't say it. Delta Wright did. Cory Phidd did. I'm here at the University of Technology where your camp is our campus. Stay tuned. Next to me is the Master of Ceremonies for the firing line of Representative and Executive Representative Ivan Godfrey. Welcome to I.W.C campus.
Thank you for having me.
How was it?
It was very good.
Really?
Yes, it was.
Was what you expected?
I think it got a little heated beyond my liking, but I think it was fruitful. I think the speeches were very good, the questions were very good, and the answers provided by the prospective representatives and executives were very good.
You are a past council member from the Faculty of Law. You represented law. Tell me how you think about the candidate vying for that position.
He is a very bright and intelligent person. He served as head boy for Arden High. I see him making a very good rep, but like you know, also being a former rep, it's very hard work, and I'm willing to help him as far as I can.
All right. Any sides for the presidency?
No comment.
All right, there you have it from Ivan Godfrey, the Master of Ceremony for the firing line for the election coming up. Students' Union representatives.